Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We are the Odds Couple. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Wednesday, March 22nd.
Damn
Mike
it,
Brenner, some interesting times in the NBA right now. Of course, in the middle of March Madness. With these last 10 games, if you really follow the NBA closely, there can be some unique edges. Which teams are throwing in the towel, which teams are fighting. Obviously, the Lakers have been a great fade for a while now.
And then along the way, there's teams that surprise you. And what I have to do is remain teachable through all of that, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as they say back in the day. All right. I really thought Toronto should have and could have had an edge. They didn't. But what it does, it lets me know what's going on moving forward, fading teams like that might just get lucky and land in the playoffs by luck, certainly not on their skills. But, shame on me for not being a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
4-4 last night. Good feel on Golden State. But the one game I think is interesting tonight is one certain team. I guess we'll just get to it.
Yeah.
Pete, but you had a really good call on Minnesota on the first half last night.
Yes.
Okay. They don't cover the game, but that's a young team with legs, and teams like that, first half this late in the season, doesn't matter on the road or at home, against a team like San Antonio, they're going to have an edge early. So
and that's been happening. Yeah, that's been happening all year long. And in fact, with the Spurs, I know that you've repeatedly said the Spurs don't start fast. You never take them on the first half.
No.
And Minnesota has been starting fast.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking about that. So I should have thought a little bit harder and only given them on the first half. But it's okay. It's okay.
But guess what? You know what?
What's
Damn,
that?
I just thought of something.
What's that?
I'm telling you. Hey, guys, throw that picture up.
No,
Anybody ever tell you look like Steven Adams? Holy cow, you look like Steven Adams from the OKC. How about them Thunder?
All right.
My God, that just hit me.
All right. Well, that's thanks to Sophia for putting that together.
She's unbelievable.
I think that created
amazing,
some laughs amongst us.
Amazing girl. She's got a brother that can play the hell out of the drums, by the way. His name's Gonzo.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you. This kid is in a studio band in L.A. He's playing for different bands. She sent me some clips. I'm talking like Neil Peart good from Rush. Hell yes.
Wow.
This kid can flat play the drums.
All
And if
right.
you ever saw that movie with Miles Teller, guess what? He's got nothing on Gonzo. All right, let's go. Let's get
Mike
back
Brenner's
to the
just
sport.
for anyone who's lost. He's talking about the brother of our
fired up.
awesome graphics editor here at
Sophia.
SBR. All right, so let's talk about the OKC game then. They're coming off of a loss to Golden State. Before that, though, they had reeled off three straight blowout, embarrassing loss, wake-up call loss maybe. Before that, though, they had reeled off three straight double-digit wins. Philadelphia, of course, we talk about them ad nauseum. That's the one team this year that I've had a very good read on. In this spot, I don't know. I'm not going to give it as a pick.
Points, though,
I would take
still
OKC
think, no matter what, I
take.
would too on a lean. But guess what? They're still not getting any respect. But guess who said this? Brett Brown loves that they're not getting that respect. He says it allows us to remain under the radar. But here's the kicker of a good coach. And what that does, it allows my players not to get too big of a head.
Sure.
That's the way that guy has held that job through all the bad records. That team's going to be dangerous sooner than later. Here's the thing, though. OKC can handle the reality of what happened the other night in two ways, all right? That was being built up as a rival. There's no rival there. Trust me. If Durant would have been on that floor, it would have been a 35 to 40-point win. All right. Here's the deal, though. They got to say, you know what? We still got to fight and try to grow as we go. We know we're not in that league. So I think the edge tonight is Westbrook alone on the first half. That's when they love taking their frustrations out. Pistol Pete, pull the trigger, baby. First half, OKC.
All right. At 6.5 minus 106.
Now, I am comfortable
minus
with
105.
that.
We can give you that.
I can't fade Philly on a double digit. No way in hell. But I can damn sure take OKC on frustration with Westbrook and Steven Adams, who looks like you. All right, I can take it out that way. And, Pete, I think that's going to be a ticket casher. And I promise you one thing to the Twitter followers and to our viewers who are nothing but loyal, even to the haters, guys, throw it on. I mean, until I produce steadily, I deserve what comes my way. But I'm telling you, something good's coming. I feel it.
Yeah, I would be leaning OKC here as well.
But,
points, I'm not going to.
You got balls if you pull that one.
I do have a bunch of plays that I'm liking.
Blowing them out by 25.
Yeah, they might. I feel like this is a down spot for Philly in this game.
You've had a good read, if not the best read I've known of anybody this year in Philly. No, I mean it, Pete.
I mean, if you take away my picks on Philly this year, my record is even more horrific.
But I'll tell you what, though, if you use only your Philly picks, by God, you're just killing it.
It would be a positive record. But all right, so Mike Brenner, let's talk about the Cleveland game. Cleveland going into Denver.
Yeah.
Denver kind of banged up. The line is going down a little bit. I thought Denver might be a decent, sneaky good play at 3.5. It's now down to 3 or 2.5. I'm gonna pass on this one. But Denver has been great ATS over the last 8 games or so. It's a pass for me. Do you have anything to say about it?
Well, Cavs are 18-16 straight up on the road. They know how to get it done on the road. They're trying to put some things together. All right, they've now. I don't know, Pete. They won their last 3 straight up. Here's the thing, though. You got a Denver team ATS is good and all, but they've lost their last 2 straight up, and they're banged up. That team's I think they're starting to think, hey, you know what? We got to get healthy because they know I think they're going to slip in, and I think they're trying to preserve a few guys, get them healthy. Gallinari as an example. I think Cleveland has no choice. If they want to defend any kind of damn title that they have, they cannot afford to keep on resting. They got to put some consistency together, and Kyrie Irving's doing that right now. Love's back. I love it. I think this is an absolute no-brainer, and again, I'm rolling with it. Cleveland first half and the full game. Pull the trigger, Pistol.
All right, the full game. Actually, it's already down to 2. It's getting bet down.
I love that.
It's down to 2 at bookmaker, -2, -115.
Only thing I can think of, unless somebody's injured, which if not, then I'm not even thinking about shying away from that. I'm not going to wink, blink, or think.
All right,
baby.
and also the first half is also down to a -0.5, -115 at bookmaker.
Now, is there something I'm missing here?
No. No. As far as injury is concerned, I'm not sure. I thought Denver might be a sneaky good play at +3.5, but again, I'm not going to bet it. I'm also not the one you want to be listening to.
There's one name that I love to hurt Cleveland if Denver does anything, and that's not from any player. It's a damn coach at Mike Malone. I got so much respect for this guy, and I still think Sacramento kicks itself in the ass. When DeMarcus Cousins says that was when we knew we weren't moving forward when they got rid of him, that tells you a lot.
All right. Mike Brenner, what else do you have for us?
Oh, God, I hope I get some winners. I love it. I love it right here. I am going here. I'm going to take it. All right. This is a team that's won 3 out of the last 4, Milwaukee. All right. And Sacramento's lost 8 out of the last 10. They're going nowhere, and they can prove it nowhere fast. This is a must-win for Milwaukee. It is a must-win. They cannot play around with inconsistency anymore. All right. And I really think there's one kid going to step up, Matthew Dellavedova, who this kid does well in playoff and in positions when he's put up, all right, in that spotlight. He has not produced on the threes, like 3 out of the last 15. This kid said it's time for me to start stepping it up and play like the player, and I know I am. He got a big contract when he left Cleveland. I think he's going to be the difference tonight. I love it, Pete. I'm going with Milwaukee on the full game.
I don't know. I don't like this one. I mean, first of all, they're off a back-to-back. They won at Portland last night, but in general, they have a bad ATS record on the road. They're on their current road trip.
You know what I'm going to do?
A little bit sluggish.
I'm going to stop the full game. I'm going to take the first half.
Okay.
Because that energy from last night's win, if they're going to close down, if they're going to shut down, I think it'll be the second half then, according to what you're flowing.
Well, I'm just saying Sacramento has a bunch of rest days. Milwaukee,
but they don't have no players.
Right.
Pete, they got nobody, and you got Milwaukee that's in the playoff hunt at 35-35. I mean, whatever the hell their record is.
All right. So how do you want to go on this one?
I'm going to go first half.
Okay, first half, and that'll be a -2, -108.
You know what? I think that's a smart call, switching that up anyway. Again, Sacramento, they've lost 8 out of 10 straight up. They're starting to lose any momentum. They don't give a shit right now.
All right, I'll give a couple picks that I'm liking. The first one
and
is
I got 2 others later.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just give one. First
go
one,
for it.
I bet the under 208.5 in Indiana-Boston on the overnight. I jumped all over that one. Indiana has gone over in their last 2 games. Before that, they were going under. I did get burned on their last under, but Boston has also been an under trender over the past 10 or 12 games or so. Okay. And I like this one. I took the under when it was 208.5. Now it's gotten bet down to 207. That's fine.
Good sign.
Yeah, so I will take that one under 207. And I will also take the first half under, which still there's 104.5. Or actually, I'm going to take the bookmaker line, which is 104 -103. Because I think if it goes under, it'll go significantly under. I am going to take those 2. I'll throw that one on. And then we're going to talk about the Detroit-Chicago game in a second. But what do you like? What else do you have for us, Mike Brenner?
Well, I got 2 other plays, and I like it. You know what? Both these teams are 0-4 or 0-5 ATS their last 5. And I'm talking about Washington and Atlanta.
Jesus.
I know, but here's a team you got to get it done on the road. The other day I was scratching my head on the line. Now I understood why. And Atlanta got buried. They got buried. You got Millsap out. You got Bazemore out. They're both not playing tonight. That's confirmed. And Dwight Howard, he just makes those knucklehead mistakes, and they are now using the put them on the line stuff in late in games. So I think Washington, who is at home here, all right, they know they can get it done. They have to get it done. And Martin Gortat will have no problems hanging underneath. And again, I love the pickup of Bogdanovic, and I think tonight that's going to play. I think they're going to beat this team down. Pistol Pete, pull that trigger first half in the full game.
All right, Washington -7, -108 is the full game we can give you. And actually, the Greek does agree with your lean. The Greek has 7.5.
I love it.
And for the first half, we could give you -4, -105, or -3.5, -114.
I'm going to take the -3.5 for the -114 just in case that half depends on it.
Yeah.
But again, the Hawks have, and I say it all the time, when they lost Korver And when they lost Jeff Teague, that took away a whole bunch of presence. And what someone didn't realize, a lot of people didn't realize the year before that, it was Damari Carroll's absence that they never replaced. So that team, I think, is a little overvalued right now, Pistol Pete. And Washington, they're in must-win mode.
Okay.
Bam!
Let's
break
Mike
it down.
Brenner. What else do you have for it?
Picks.
That's it for you?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to give this might be a little bit of a big balls play, but I think I might. All right, Detroit and Chicago both coming off of back-to-backs. Detroit and Chicago both.
I was involved in both of them getting screwed last night. That was where all my damage came.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, I think that this is a spot that sets up for
sets up for an assassination in the damn stands.
No. I think that it sets up for a play on Detroit early. I'm going to take Detroit on the first quarter against Chicago. Of course, the game went into OT last night, and Detroit supposedly was a little bit upset with what they did last night.
They should be upset.
I don't know if they're going to
a little bit.
Yeah,
they ought to be embarrassed.
Sure, I don't have faith in them to do it for the whole game, but I do think that it's worth a shot to take them on the first quarter. So
and you know who ought to be upset and embarrassed is Serge Ibaka. You ever watch that guy throw a punch? Holy shit!
Yeah, so
I'm not kidding you. Sophia'd knock his ass out.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Detroit on the first quarter, and
I'm
just going to
trigger.
go there. Yeah, hopefully it's not one of those. Hopefully I won't get burned, and Chicago covers the first quarter and doesn't cover anything else. But I'm going to take Detroit.
I've never seen
quarter.
Van Gundy ever have a team where he just does not have those players that get what he sells.
Right.
This is that year. Something
in general, Detroit is near train wreck right now, but I just think that the spot for the first quarter sets up well for them.
I don't dispute that at all because you know why? It's one of them games. Somebody's got to win the damn thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Someone's got to win the first quarter.
And then you got Chicago. If you saw the other side of that fight, did you see Robin Lopez throw a punch? First of all, the guy looks like a Neanderthal.
Yes.
He looks like he's living out in the woods. I mean, his hair's all over the place.
We're not the most attractive guys.
I know that, Pete, but if you look, you'd say, my God, there's a guy. Can he at least brush his hair before he takes the court?
We're definitely significantly more attractive than Robin Lopez.
When he threw that punch, I said, my God, that guy never, ever was in a playground fight in his freaking life.
And he's probably going to be out. He's almost definitely going to be out for this game.
He probably is because he got, for throwing that little baby haymaker that looked like a girl's left-handed punch. All right, he's going to be sitting for a game.
All right, that's all that I'm going to give. I was leaning Orlando at home. It's just that as a home dog, they're 10-24 ATS at home. There's something up with that team. Yeah,
it's time for us to heat up, and I don't think I'm going to be heating up by picking bad teams. No,
all right,
it's time. I got to get it done. We owe it to these guys.
Yeah.
I love these viewers, though. By the way, these guys are great. They've been hanging with us through March Madness and everything.
Okay.
But, booyah, Miami Ray, Miami Sean and Miami Ray, the Miami connection. Those guys have been great.
Absolutely. All right,
I'm going to review my picks real
go ahead,
quick.
review it.
I'm going OKC tonight, guys. Pissed off that they realize they are not up to par with those top teams. First half, -6.5. All right, Washington versus the Hawks. I love this one. All right, take Washington. First half, -3.5. Full game, -7. Those injuries are just absolutely not going to be filled up by Atlanta. Milwaukee, I think the edge now is going to be first half -2. Getting, back-to-back first half wins anyway on the road out west. And to wrap it up, Cleveland, got to get it done. I don't care about that line dropping like that. I just think they're still going to get it done. I got the first half -0.5, full game -2. Pistol Pete, I'm feeling it heat up. But I might just start calling you damn Steven Adams.
All right, I'll just go with my picks, but I do want to mention that my lean was to Orlando, and I also had a lean to the under in New York and Utah. Also leaning towards the Boston team total under, which goes along with the unders. But I'll just stick with that. Detroit first quarter and the 2 unders in Indiana, Boston. Hopefully I'll have at least a 2-in-1 day. And win or lose, of course, we'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday card with Al McMorty. The Al McMorty shows, don't miss them. Last Thursday, Al McMorty gave us 5 picks. All 4 of them cashed. The only one that was a loser was the one that I agreed with him on. We'll have that show tomorrow with Al McMorty on Thursday.
That one. Hey, Odds Couple, coming to you, baby.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.